And now they want it, and now it's a housing development, and the people behind the cultural heritage at the moment think it's funny. So, yeah, that's where we are. I'm a descendant, like I said earlier, of Harry Thompson Senior and also King Billy Turner. Stories passed down from my aunties, and that's all my aunties. Was that King Billy was able to get a lot of warriors to fight. This is very much our fight, and I'd appreciate it if these people could help us too. Thank you.
We will. Good on you, Daniel. Folks, we're just still waiting for Dr. Cameron Murray. He did get delayed on the way here. Dr. Murray is an author, he's a lecturer, and he's an expert in corruption, official corruption. So he will be a few minutes longer. I'm happy for the time being if anybody wants to come up and have a discussion or a chat or ask any questions about anything with any of the speakers that we've had so far. What we do want to do is, this is only the beginning, so please don't think, today is the end. What we really do, and we really do encourage you to stay engaged with us. So as I said before, if you can get your name down on one of those forms, we will stay in contact with you. Our next council, our next Ratepayers and Residents Association meeting will be on Sunday the 13th of this month, Sunday the 13th. We'll let you know the venue. If you've got your name down there, we'll let you know the venue shortly. But I really do seriously encourage you all to stay engaged with us. And look, if there's something that you thought you didn't get enough information about today, please do ask us. We don't have all the answers, but we certainly do have a network of people which is increasing by the day, who do have quite a lot of information, and who can, we've even got people now from the council talking with us. So we've got council employees giving us information, which is very helpful to what we're looking for.
Jim, in reference to Springfield, I was recently out driving on business around Springfield Rise and absolutely appalled. It is D9 dozer. They've absolutely flattened and smashed everything. Talking to the builders out there, the wildlife has completely left, even the scrub surrounding, because of the dust, the transport, the building. There is not a tree on that site. This council should not be in council because they've cleared the land. They've done nothing. They've sought no public input into this. They're small blocks. They're jamming people into sardine cans. But there's little to no lifestyle, livability out there. If you've got more than 2 cars, you bug it. You can't park a car, a trailer, a caravan and your motorbike on the block. You look at the side streets, you 2 cars opposite each other. You can't drive through the streets. Is this what this current council is about? Just jam people in and take the rates money and do nothing about it. Ipswich was grown as a working man's town with miners. You talk to a lot of elderly people and I tell you what, excuse the language, they're really pissed with this council because they're being totally ignored. They've got developers chasing large blocks of land in town to put units up on that have already had, a couple of old fellas were saying, the approvals are all almost halfway there. Where's it going to stop?
They've knocked out all the history.
I moved here in 2001 and I have watched Ipswich decline. You go up to the legal aid office and look out, all the vacant blocks where there were old heritage houses, and Ipswich City Council saying they're not affecting it. You got Murphy's Pub, the old Commonwealth pub. I can guarantee that won't go up. There'll be more excuses than you can find for that.
The 1 mile.
The 1 mile, an old 1930s.
All the petrol stations.
I can't think of what that era was, but that a very special era in Australian history. That's gone. We've got another hotel closing. We've got businesses falling down fist over foot in town. You look at the mall and a central business district. The only prominent business out there is the councillor's corner signage. Everybody's moving out. Who's paying for the $150 million redevelopment? Us.
Right.
The ratepayers. Do we need it?
No.
Where are they going to park? We don't need it. We've got short of infrastructure. We're short of doctors. You talk to psychologists. I have children with disabilities, psychologists and psychiatrists, 1 and 2 year waits. We've got major drug problems. We don't see this council getting off their lazy asses and pushing and lobbying for more police to do it. Where's it going to end? What are they going to do about it? At some stage, it's going to collapse. And it's that way now. It's getting worse and worse and worse. You talk to all the older people, the elders, you talk to people in my age group, 50, 60, 70 plus, as to what has happened in Ipswich. We've got the railway workshops, 3 parts vacant. That could be used for community projects. That could be used for enhancing youth programs. It's just got to end somewhere. So please, everybody, get behind it, because we need to get our town back. I'm a ratepayer. I own mine. I'm paying off my home here. I'm sick of seeing the demise of Ipswich, totally.
Folks, just a couple of ads, and following on from what Ian has said there, look, there's 2 things in particular in relation to development at the moment. If you see development, and there are bulldozers currently in areas like Blackstone and Springfield and Bellbird Park. If you see the bulldozers arrive one day, please let us know. Okay, there's 2 reasons for that. One is we can document that destruction of habitat and that destruction of bushland. Okay, we've got drone technology available to us, and the other aspect to that is let us know so we can have a chat with the CCC. Some of these developments they just don't make sense. Okay, so what we can do is we can look into those developments, look at the conditions of their application, and we can, if there's anything not right about it, we can go to the CCC. We can get the CCC to look into this. So keep the communication coming. That's important, because if we don't do that, if we don't use our eyes and ears, and we don't talk to anybody about it, then these things will just happen and nothing will be done about it. Okay, so please keep that in mind. We'll pass on any information that you can give us in relation to any shonky developments or any land clearing, and we will look into that.
No sign of Cameron yet?
No? Folks, I'll just open it up for anybody who's got any questions for any of our speakers.
I've got something to say. So I've been here for 30 years. My name's Phil Brooks. I live in Bundamba. I've been residing there for 30 years. There's a watercourse that runs down from the catchment below the Bundamba Reservoir, and that land was sold to a developer, and the developer moved in 2002. From 1990 to 2002, I had a healthy riparian waterway. Eels, fish, crayfish, striped marsh frogs, all sorts of wildlife that I look forward to at some stage in the future to take my grandchildren to, so that they could see the natural world. This place is now destroyed. It's destroyed because the council approved a development application that had every rule, every regulation, every policy guideline to protect waterways, and the developer ignored them completely. The council gave the developer more approvals for more stages, and in that approval, the council said for the developer to fix my property. That was in 2005. I'm still waiting for that property to be fixed. And Jim talks about developments now. You go up to the Ipswich water tower and have a look what's happening. Same developer, same development application, same rules being broken, and where's the council? That's the problem. The problem is we pay the council to protect us as a community, to look after our interests. And I gather that there's a lot of people here, like me, that think that we're paying money for a job that's not being done, neither properly or at all.
Any other questions, folks?
Just following up, on levels of protection, right? So the other thing you've got to be aware of is that we have Commonwealth legislation. So when what are called matters of national environmental significance, so threatened species, and that includes the koala now, because their populations have plummeted so badly because of runaway development in the southeast corner. Developers are supposed to get approval from the federal government for developments. That's all up online, and I'd be happy through Jim to help anyone understand that, to see the development. So you can, as a community, you can look at that. You can police it, like that case there. So you can say, well, I believe that they haven't met their conditions. They haven't, they haven't. There's a whole when approval is given, there's all these conditions they're supposed to meet, as was mentioned, in terms of protecting creeks, protecting habitat. But you can be the police there, so you can be the ones looking at that, and you can write to the Minister, Minister Frydenberg, or to the compliance section down there, and alert them to any what you believe to be compliance breaches. And when you do that, they have to pay attention. So it isn't just the council level. We have multiple levels of protections. Unfortunately, they're all derelict in their duty. We've just discovered, looking at land clearing in Queensland, that